Good morning, Midwest Mania guests. Our guest today is Hal Herring. You want to introduce yourself, Hal?
Sure. So I am up near Great Falls, Montana. I have been covering conservation, hunting, guns, dogs. Well, not dogs. I've written about dogs, but I've been an outdoor writer and journalist for it's 19. I think I published my first story at Field and Stream in '99 or '98.
Nice. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I've been there a long time, man.
So how old are you?
I'm 60.
You're 60. I'm 42. So
I got 18 years on you, but I'm not. You don't have to be envious of that.
but there's some big news and conservation going on lately, and not for the good either.
Not for the good. This is the moment where we're being asked what we want our grandchildren to see and experience.
Yep, and I want my grandchildren to experience the same stuff I got to experience.
Well, that's how.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this for all these years, probably because and it ain't a great financial plan, but I've been doing it because I got two kids. Both of them are hunters and fishermen.
Yep.
A daughter and a son. And my son's a cowboy in Nevada, and my daughter is applying to vet school. But we grew up eating fish and wildlife, deer, elk, trout, anything we can catch in the Missouri River.
Yep.
And I just feel like I got to pass that on if I can.
That's what I'm trying to do with my kids. 100% agree with you.
It's been great. I got to tell you, like the stuff that our country did that made all that possible has made my life. It's just you couldn't have lived at any other place in the world.
Yep. Oh, hang on, Hal. Stupid Riverside.
No worries.
I'll start all over.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Midwest Mania guests. This is Justin James. I'm here with Hal Herring. Hal, would you like to introduce yourself again?
Sure. I'm originally from North Alabama, but I've been in Montana for about 35 years, 36 years, maybe longer than that. I have been writing about conservation, hunting, guns. I wrote a book on guns, but people know me, I guess, I have a podcast, but mostly I've been at Field and Stream since 1999. I think I published my first story there.
All right. That's how I found myself. That's how I found you was about Backcountry's Cast and Blast, and I started listening to you from there.
Gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate you listening.
No problem. You have interesting stuff, and your talks are all across the board, but it's all about the outdoors. And what people don't realize, you could talk about, I'm just say like sage grouse out there, but without sage grouse habitat, there's going to be another species lacking something that they need to survive.
That's right, and that would be pronghorn, and it's all like what Aldo Leopold said a long time ago at Sand County Almanac. I keep thinking about that because this is the anniversary of the book, but the 100th centennial. It's all tied together, Hunting and fishing is the interest on the principle of doing the right thing by the land and the water.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. Like I go to church every Sunday, and one of my old pastors, I ran a outdoors program, discipleship program, and we had a guy in there that wasn't a good steward of the land. And I told him, I said, I don't know what to do because he wants to keep everything and not throw everything back.
Yeah.
And that's not good. That's not good principles. And he said, well, God said we had to be good stewards of the land, and Justin, if you feel like he's not being a good steward of the land, you can ask him either change your ways or don't come to my events no more.
Yeah.
And That's how it was.
Well, we used to say, well, it won't be quite so much fun next year, huh, pal?
Yeah, and that's about it right there. When people like you don't have you have do you have walleye out near you?
We do in the Missouri River system. Man, that's been a big thing for me in the last few years. I've just started learning them.
Dude, you want the easiest way to fish for walleye? You're gonna laugh when I tell you this. A honkin' night crawler, a gold Aberdeen hook, and a split shot. Because if they're tight lipped, they'll eat that all day long.
You bet.
But that's what I fish for primarily here. And a lot of people don't do it. And the two rivers that's 10 minutes from my house, they're loaded with walleye. But
they're my favorite. So as far as freshwater fish to eat, I think it's walleye, then yellow perch.
Yep. You got a lot of yellow perch in Montana, don't you?
In the like the little lakes, and you can ice fish for yellow perch like at Canyon Ferry. Again, that's Missouri River stuff.
Okay.
I mean, everybody thinks about Montana as being the trout fishing capital, you know.
Yeah.
And it is, but I like to eat fish a lot, so I tend to target more warm water species like yellow perch and walleye, pike too. More and more pike.
Pike's good to eat too.
We eat them. We do everything with them. If you just learn to clean the Y bone, then you've got some of the best meat ever.
I do like the flay method on them. I take like that back strap out they got, and and you might know him. You're a little bit older than me, but there's a guy, Dan Gapin. He used to write for Midwest Field and Midwest Outdoors, and he wrote a couple of books on a tackle company. But I got a couple of his old books, but he has recipes in the back of them.
Yeah.
So I do like fish chowder with pike and white bass and all that stuff.
Yes, we do too. And so here, one of the things we found out with that chowder is, so if you really want to get like conservation oriented on the meat, I'll take what's left of those pike carcasses and roast them in the oven.
Yep.
And then just knock all the meat off of whatever bones you got left, and that meat goes into a bowl, goes in the refrigerator, and then that's the chowder base.
Yep. I've been doing it with some people call them stripers. People in Texas, people call them. But you're from Mississippi, so like Alabama. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cuss at you like that. Some people call them stripers, white bass. Texas call them sandies.
Yep.
But they're good eating too. But I bleed out all my fish because I think it tastes better.
Yep.
But that's it. So were you able to fill any tags this past week?
No. So I took opening weekend of rifle is where we're at right now, and I usually don't. It's a long story, but I usually have a job that I do in October.
Gotcha.
I've done for the last 10 years working with the Mule Deer Foundation on restoring this land that's been burned in these big range fires.
Yeah.
So this year I didn't do it. It's first year in 10 years, but I did not make a plan for opening week. So I'm trying to wrap up all my work and stuff and get my daughter is home for the first time in 5 years for hunting. And we're going to make a plan and go for the last couple of weeks doing something. I've got a lot of work right now, which I'm glad I got. But
my best friend's out hunting Montana right now. He's a scientist for South Dakota State University. He's got a doctoral degree in water and soil sciences.
Wow.
He's a smart dude.
He got an elk tag?
Yeah, he's got an elk tag. He's also got a mule deer tag. And he hunts that's what he eats. He hunts from Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota. Fills his freezer, fishes, and that's what he eats all year long.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we've lived too. We went out and I put a bunch of trout in the smoker. My daughter and I went out right before it's going to freeze up here in the next couple of weeks probably. So we went out and got a bunch of trout for the smoker, and then we take all the meat off of those and put them in bags and freeze them. So we'll have the winter.
Does it freeze pretty well?
It freezes, especially that smoked. It's already kind of cooked and smoked, you know?
Gotcha.
So it does. And then you put it in salads or fried rice or whatever.
I do it in put in cream cheese and make like a bagel.
Oh man, that dip! Yeah, we're making a dip out of it. Yeah.
So me and you are on the same page about mostly across the board.
For sure. Your buddy also. I used to work in the Black Hills in South Dakota, and man, they got a heck of an elk herd there. I don't know what it's like to get a tag.
He says 20 years. That's what he says.
Wow.
Yep.
Because I don't know what the numbers are, but I worked over there for a while doing Forest Service contracts, and it was I think some big old bulls in there.
I have preference points I put in every year to hunt Black Hills National Forest for whitetails. Because I'm a bow hunter.
Yeah, that's where we were.
I'm primarily a bow hunter. So, and it's like an 80. You have an 8. If I put in the lottery right now, like for this upcoming season, I have an 89% drawing a tag out of state for that. Yeah. But I just want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. So I'm going to cash in my preference points and go in 2027 and go.
Gotcha. Will your buddy be able to tell you where to go?
Yeah, I'm going with him.
Okay, so, yeah, because that's a big place. It's unfastened. It's got some real high country in it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I think it's Harney Peak. It's way high, like 7 or 8,000.
All right.
I mean, the Black Hills is a wild place.
I like it. We went to my family to Yellowstone, I think in 2021. Yep. It was 2021 or 2020. I know the park wasn't closed, so I think it was 2021. And we stayed in Gardner, Montana, and I fell in love with it because we rented a cabin that looked over the town. I would watch cow, elks, and their calves come out of the hills and come out there and feed right in front of us.
Right. What time of year was that?
That was June, right as soon as fly fishing season opened.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, we used to try to make a winter trip down there too when there wasn't anybody around, and then drive before it got all snowy, like in December. Drive into the park, and you see a lot of cool wildlife getting ready for winter.
I found I went and I like brook trout. So I wouldn't fish like the big major rivers or anything like that. I would fish like the upper Gardner River above the falls, Lava Creek, and all that stuff. Well, on Lava Creek, I got way back up in there. I looked down and here's an obsidian knife blade. Wow! And I picked it up. I put it down because you're not supposed to take stuff out of there. I go, that thing's been sitting here for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's going to be sitting there for hundreds and hundreds of years, and somebody else don't find it.
Right. Well, you find that same obsidian clear up here sometimes.
Yeah. But
it comes from down there in Yellowstone. I'll tell you a cool story. There's a buffalo jump near where we live.
Okay.
It's called I think it's called the Original People's Buffalo Jump. It's in Hale, Montana.
Okay.
And when they were digging that up back in World War I because they needed the calcium from all the buffalo bones to make explosives for the war.
Yeah.
And they found a block of that obsidian that was about a foot tall and about a foot and a half wide.
Crazy.
And so the people would run the buffalo over the jump. It's a little cliff there.
Yeah.
And then they brought the obsidian to make their own knives on the spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
People were very resourceful back then.
Boy, they were.
But what conservation stuff do you want to talk about? On the big ordeals. What?
So I guess mostly what I've been working on is a book on the history and future and travels on America's public lands.
All right.
But that's probably number one right now because Senator Mike Lee of Utah, of course, tried to push that thing in the big, beautiful bill to sell it all off, right?
Yep.
And that would be the Black Hills National Forest and the Bankhead National Forest in Alabama. Eventually it would, because they don't want the federal government to have it. The land is owned by us, the people.
Yeah.
Right? We, the people. The federal government, through the agencies, U.S. Forest Service or Bureau of Land Management, they just manage it in trust for us. But Senator Lee hates that idea, and they always have. And they tried to get it wasn't just a foot in the door either. It was kicking the door open to get rid of it. And man, I don't even, Justin, I don't even know what our country would look like if we did something like that. You wouldn't be able to, I mean, your freedom would just be gone.
Yeah. And you're 100% right. It's a bunch of bull crap. I'm trying to keep it. I'm not the best at editing, so I gotta watch what I say.
Yeah, I hear you.
It pisses me off because we're the only country in the world that has public lands for people that can hunt and go play on it.
That's right.
And it's granted, yes, all these public lands do have mineral resources on them and all this.
Yeah, but, and we have, so there's a lot of, I mean, they were set aside a long time ago because nobody claimed them at the time, right? We had all the Homestead Acts. We gave away all the land that people could use.
Yeah.
And then we were left with this about 640 million acres of land that people didn't want at the time. And we used that for cutting timber, and we used it for oil and gas and mineral resources. Now, that's been a subject of conflict, but it ought to be conflict. We all got to get together and decide what we want, right?
Yeah, there used to be a time when you could, you would argue across the aisle.
Yeah.
But you would get shit done. You would have come to an agreement and get shit done.
That's right. And we've lost that for now by people who feel like if they don't win it all, they're not going to play the game, right?
Yep.
And then they've also changed a lot of the rules. But you know what? I think that when this little storm we're in, it's not a little storm, but we're in this storm of what I think of as kind of nonsense and abstraction, people not really thinking about what's important to us.
Yeah.
I think that storm's going to pass, and I think we're going to make the right decisions and keep our public lands. And I think we got a big water quality problem going down the Mississippi, as you know, in Iowa.
Yep.
And a lot of that is just misguided federal agriculture policy. And we, the people, can change that too.
Yeah. And one of my good friends, we were talking about farmers yesterday, and he goes, well, the farmers should be happy they're getting a bunch of I can't say the word, subsidized. I said, here's the thing is, it's only a few farmers getting subsidized. It's the big corporate farms that plant on floodplains, take everything, and the little farmers left with nothing.
That's right. And we've let this kind of thing slide into this bad place.
Yeah.
And now we got to get together and put a hook on it and pull it out and put it back on the track. And we can. I mean, dude, we're in a country that went through the American Civil War. We're in a country that went through the Dust Bowl.
Yep. I
mean, we've made terrible decisions and then turned around and made them better than anybody ever has before.
So, one of my wife's friends, my wife works at a public school district in town, and she works at on the rich side of town. And one of her coworkers asked what we're having for dinner, and she said, "Well, my husband's making cornbread and beans." And they're like, "Well, are you guys that poor?" No, that's what his family's ate for years, and we eat it twice a month.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, "That's why if anything happens, people like my husband's family will be able to survive because they've already done this shit without nothing."
That's right. And also, cornbread and beans is good.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like, I don't know, like my grandparents, they didn't ever fall for this, but they were like, they were trying to get sold Wonder Bread. Remember that was the great thing for our grandparents. And my grandparents never bought into it really, but it was like, don't eat wild, don't eat whitetails. That's not good. Eat this spam.
Hey, I like Spam, though.
I do too. But that's become like the poor people thing now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but it's just like all that food I grew up on in Alabama too, with like collard greens cooked with fat back.
Yep.
That people are like, that's poor people food. Well, nowadays they serve that in a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, they do. And like,
yeah,
we have there's a grocery store chain near us. It's called Woodman's. It's like in Wisconsin, a few in Illinois, but most like central Wisconsin, they work with like smaller companies. Well, talk about fatback and bacon. I buy these 3-pound packs of like end pieces of bacon.
You bet we do too.
And for $4, I said, but you can take a knife and trim it all off. It all eats the same.
Yeah.
And
it flavors everything. One thing that we can grow in Montana is good greens.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff you can't really grow here. The frost comes early and it stays late, you know. But we can grow good greens.
I like Montana. What do you know about the Ambler Road?
So the Ambler is that Central Yukon resource management thing in Alaska, and it has been on the board for years to try to open up the lower end of the Brooks Range to mining companies, international, not American, by the way.
Chilean, right?
Yeah, Chilean. I think there's an Australian one that wants in. And they want us to pay for the road, I guess, and they want us to pay for breaking
ground,
the box of the last big wilderness, really, in the world.
I've never been there, so
I've never been there. I've been up the Dalton Highway out of Fairbanks,
okay,
and all the way up to Circle,
okay,
and all the way up to the Sag River, where I made a caribou trip where we didn't kill anything, but we had a hell of a trip.
Yeah.
So I've seen I've been in the Brooks Range there, and I've been on this one part of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, and let me tell you what, it is incredible country. Grizz, muskox, caribou, Dolly Varden trout, char, big grayling. Anybody who says that's a wasteland is trying to sell you a bill of goods.
Yeah, and that's all they're doing. They're just trying to line their pockets for a short-term out.
We should just say no to that.
Yeah.
And I would tell any of your listeners also to Google up the 1872 mining law.
Okay.
And this would be something, Justin, you got to know about this.
I'm going to write it down right now. Hang on.
So,
1872 mining law?
Yeah, and so that's what this would all be. We don't get paid for our own resources. The 1872 mining law was written at a time when a dude with a pickaxe and a burro, we wanted him to go up in the mountains in Nevada and find some silver, right?
Yep.
And so if he got it, he could claim it for, I think, $2 an acre. I mean, it was just a giveaway to the max. But at the time, it made sense because we wanted people to incentivize to go out and look for stuff, right?
Yeah.
And ever since, we have suffered under the 1872, where they just have taken our American resources, and that's what keeps coming up with me on the Ambler Road. I was like, we're going to build them a road to go in there and loot the Brooks Range, and then sell all our stuff on the international market and leave us with a ruined pile of tailings.
Yeah, and I heard people say, "Oh, they're actually putting a road. It'll be easier access for like DIY hunters." But I hear the road's private, so you can't get on it.
The road will be private, and as far as all that access goes, they said that about this getting rid of the roadless rule too. But I'm just going like, dude, you got to have some places that don't have roads all over them for young guys and young gals to hunt too.
Yeah.
Like I'm 60 years old.
Yeah.
Like in 10 or 12 years, I will not be hunting the backside of the Bob Marshall like I have for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
You know? I'll be too damn old. But my son will do it. My daughter will do it. Their kids will do it.
Yeah.
What kind of a selfish freak would I be? Did I tell them I got to have access until I'm 90 years old? Maybe you got to fly me in there and I can shoot an elk. That's crazy. It's just like, it's crazy. We've become so selfish and so lazy.
That's it. Selfish, lazy, and greedy.
And those things all go together.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a time where the people who know about these things. I'm writing a piece right now for Backcountry Hunters Journal.
Okay.
And it's a time where people who know about these things, if you've loved hunting and fishing in your life, even if you don't have kids, but if you've loved it, this is a time where people who know about that got to stand up.
Yeah.
And just say, we're not going to do this. We're not going to put a road into the Brooks Range so some foreign company can loot our resources. We're not going to sell off the public lands where we hunt and fish and go wandering for our mental health.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it. We're not doing this. This is not the America that we're going to accept.
No, it's
a
not.
lesser America. It's like, good Lord, for whom much is given, much is expected, right?
It's like, I remember when I was a teenager, I could go and knock on farmers' doors and say, "Hey, can I deer hunt your land or bow hunt your land?" Most of them would say, "Hey, no problem." Nowadays, They want 10 grand.
Yeah, and that's just the market, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. If you don't have much money and somebody will give me $10,000 to hunt my back 40 or back on 100 acres, I'm probably going to take it because I need that 10.
Yeah. I get where they're coming from. It's their land.
Yeah.
But you just really do this with a handshake.
Yeah, it's just changed with the pressure and what people, the market for the experience.
No.
And that's why we want that public land to stay in public hands.
I was saying I'm a backcountry hunter and anglers member. I need to renew my membership, Bo. But
right on, thank you.
No problem. I've been up for like 8 months now. I've just been busy. I haven't got a magazine in a while. I probably have to renew my membership. My goal is to be a life member and do that one and done thing. But that's quite a bit of cash, and it goes to a good cause.
Well, they used to give away back when they had a 45 1911 that came with a life membership, and I wished I'd done that.
And when I joined for life membership, they were giving away a shotgun with a life membership, a fly rod you could choose, or a rifle. And I don't know if they do that anymore either.
I don't know. I'll have to ask them. I might, if they put that Kimber back in there, I might do a life membership.
That's back when Land was president.
Yeah, back when Land first started was when they had the Kimber sponsorship.
Now you and Land are pretty good friends, right? For the most part. I
am. We've been running buddies for. He's quite a bit younger than I am. I guess he's 10 years younger, but he or more. But I knew him. We worked in Louisiana on a river restoration project long time ago, and got to be friends fishing.
He loves to fish.
He's an angler. Guy's a good fisherman.
Yes, he is. He's a great guy too. He was the first person I ever had in my podcast.
Really? How did y'all connect?
Backcountry Hunters and Anglers.
Gotcha.
I messaged him on Facebook. I had Seth Trokey's the Illinois chapter's like president or something like that.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
I had both of them on my podcast. I think they were like the third episode in, and
that's cool.
Yep, and I just had Land on earlier, like last month, talking about the same thing we're talking about now, because I think the more people I talk about it, the more people, if they hear different voices saying the same thing, it might register with them. Say, hey, this is a bad idea. We should not do this.
It is, and I tell you, Land too has been a hunter and fisherman since he was born. You know,
yeah,
and a conservationist. His dad was a famous Montana conservationist, hunting and fishing fanatic.
Yeah.
And I've been I wrote a book on guns in 2008. I've been a conservation writer, hunting writer, gun writer. I mean, people think you can't, like that. We've gotten a problem where people think you can't be a very hardcore conservationist and be like a gun writer.
Huh.
You know, and that's just not true at all. I have never seen, I've never understood that idea.
I get the same thing in church too. So
I'm sure
some guy asked me, goes, "How can you be I grew up in a union household. How can you be a Democrat and be a Christian at the same time?" I said, "It's easy. Like, you could put a purple shirt on and come to church and be a Christian. It's that easy."
Exactly.
We live in the United States of America. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And it's like, I'm not sure what, I mean, that whole thing ran off the rails as well.
Oh, yeah, it
did. That whole politics thing just went crazy, where they made you get in one box or another. Well, I'm not getting in them boxes.
No, neither am I. I have friends of all walks of life, all races, all religions, all. My stepbrother's gay, and I treat everybody with the same respect they give me.
Yeah, me too.
So,
and also, I believe in individual liberty. You gotta be what you want to be. That's what America is, you know. And it's like,
I believe like 98% of people are good. It's 2% seem to show out more these days.
Well, they do, and the thing is I always, when I'm doing journalism work, I always assume people are telling me the truth first.
Yeah. And
that way you can really spot the liars, because you're not like sitting there all like cynical or whatever, you know.
And
so when you assume that people are good, mostly they are, and then when the bad ones show up, you can see them like shining a big light on them.
And with all the stuff that's going on politically these days, you obviously know who Teddy Roosevelt is, and you know he's wrote a crap ton of books. I picked up a book of his, not really that well known, but it's Fear God and Take Up Your Own Part. I've been reading it.
Yeah, I hadn't read that.
It talks about the same stuff that's going on now with the immigrants on it. People wanted to do that 100 years ago.
Yeah, they did. That's right.
And
and they use it to divide people.
Yeah, that's it. They want division because if you're divided, it's easier to conquer.
Yeah, and I mean, we have to have an immigration policy in this country. You can't just open up and let everybody in the world move here. Nobody wants that. We got to have a policy. But right now, they're using that to cut people, to cut a fat hog, right? They're just, it's like whatever divides the people, they hammer that on the media.
Like, I'm close to Chicago. One of my good friend's moms got picked up in one of those ICE raids.
Wow, really?
She's 78 years old, and she's from the Philippines, a U.S. citizen, but they held her for 14 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, as soon as a person has a uniform or a badge and a mask on, we've gone to a place that I never thought we'd go in the United States. I mean, I associate the mask with the night Ku Klux Klan or something running around in Alabama.
Well, yeah.
And my parents, I grew up in Alabama. They were like, you know, nobody. The Ku Klux Klan were like the low players.
My family, I have family from Arkansas, and racism still is pretty big down there.
Right, but it still was the idea of the mask. I was like, if you ain't proud of what you're doing,
then
why are you
doing
it?
Exactly. And I forgot what to say. Hell, damn it. Oh.
Well, we can. So why has conservation become political in any way? I don't understand that.
Because there's a lot of money sitting on the table with land, and it's like what you said and Lane said. They want to do a big land grab. The faster they get it done, the more messier it is, the easier it is for them to do it.
Yeah,
it's that smoke and mirrors bull crap.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And the more smoke, the easier it is to take stuff behind the scene.
Yeah. And I'm not, you might get a kick out of this. I have a friend I went to high school with. His dad was a union electrician with my stepdad. So we grew up with one another. We knew each other. We went to the union Christmas party together. And he's against unions, which I don't understand that. I go, Jason, your dad is a retired union electrician. That's what fed your family.
Yeah.
And he was saying about Antifa, and I posted a picture on his Facebook message, his thread about Antifa. If I want to get a picture of what Antifa looks like, I sent him storing on the beaches of Normandy.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's horrible. I said, what were they fighting? Fascism. I go, that's Antifa, dude.
Well, so that whole thing has become a divide and conquer strategy too.
Yeah. That's what they want. They want us to look over here, not pay attention. They want us to look at the left hand and not pay attention to what the right hand's doing.
Yeah. So I guess that. So how do we get out of
that? We the people have to stand up.
Yeah.
And do what we're doing. I guess.
The first thing I want is clean water, clean air.
Without that, we have nothing.
Yeah, that's the basis of the economy.
Yep.
So that's how they solve it. What people believe, I can't do anything about that. But what we have achieved in America with the Clean Water Act, the Clean Air Act, the Endangered Species Act, making sure that we didn't let all this stuff go extinct, which goes right along with the Christian Bible and the story of Noah's Ark.
Exactly.
I mean, stewardship has been we've done bad stuff, getting rid of killing off the buffalo and all that and polluting all the rivers and stuff, but we fixed it.
Yeah.
And now, why would you go once you know how to fix something? Why would you go back and say it's not important and then let it slide off and wreck again?
And there's a bad bill that's in Illinois that got passed. It's called the rewilding bill. And they want to put big predators back in Illinois. Which
good luck with that, I guess.
They're already here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Where are they going to put them? They're not going to put black bears in Chicago.
No, so that's the other end of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just.
We went through that with the wolf thing here in the West too. There was people, they loved the wolf so much that they wouldn't listen to people when they said, well, there's 3,000 breeding pairs. That's what the Endangered Species Act says. So now we want the states to manage them, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, never. And I was like, dude, the Endangered Species Act works. There's wolves out there. No, there's not 10,000 of them. There's 3,000 of them.
No, I don't have elk here to hunt. Do you think they've helped with what diseases elks get? Is it EHD or blue tongue?
CWD.
They get CWD. I didn't know if they got CWD or not. There is
game farm elk have had CWD.
I
don't know if predators have a big impact on disease.
I always wonder about that. I know we got coyotes here, and at least if they eat fawns, which they do.
Yeah.
But I've seen them on trail cameras taking down a sick deer. I mean, I have CWD. I already freed myself twice. I have CWD in the county I live in. I hunt. And I've seen them take down a CWD deer.
Yeah, sure.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Because they're slower, right?
Yeah, but
I would think so. The wolf thing is such a debate. Predator thing is another thing that divides us. And really, I've always thought the world needs a few, just like me. The world needs a few of us. It can't take a whole pile of us.
Yep, that's it right there.
It's just
right ahead. And without then, you heard about the black bear season in Florida, right?
Yes.
How all those non-hunters bought all the tags?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew they were planning that, but I didn't know if they did it or not. That's funny.
I mean, and they don't realize that when they buy those tags, that goes back to conservation. That goes to habitat restoration.
That's right.
And they'll just put out a bigger quota next year.
Yeah. Well, the thing is the biologists determine whether there's enough black bears for a hunting season. And you ought to just listen to the biologists. And a black bear hunting season in Florida is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. And it's. I mean, people want it all their way or no way.
Yep.
And we can't have that. The whole United States is built on trying to find this middle way and hold on to it. And it yaws over left and it yaws over right, but it's basically held towards the center.
Yeah.
And it works. And I always knew that black bear season down there needed to come. It was coming, right? Because you see more and more black bears, and the state manages, the North American model of wildlife management, where the wildlife is owned by the people and managed in trust by the state.
Exactly.
That's why we have the things we have.
So you might get a kick out of this. There was a elk that got away from an elk farm last year, running around in between like 3 counties I bow hunt in.
Yeah.
I asked the DNR, I said, can I legally shoot it?
Yeah.
Because there's no elk season here. We don't have an elk season. They're not endangered here in Illinois.
Right.
It would be considered like a feral game animal at that point, a feral animal.
Okay. Yeah.
And they said yes, but the kickback you would get from these other organizations,
yeah,
you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought I saw it once, way too far off from me, hit it with a trad bow, but it hung out on this piece of public land I hunted for like 2 weeks, and it was a pretty nice sized cow.
Yeah.
And it got hit.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Oh, it got hit by a car?
It got hit by a car all the way down near Joliet, Illinois, which is like south of Chicago, and it came through Stevenson County. It traveled like 300 miles, or not really 300 miles, over 200 miles, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Have you ever read a book by Dick Manning called Grassland?
No.
So there's an elk in there that I don't know if it escapes from a game farm or what, but it leaves like Wyoming and it goes to Illinois because. And nobody knows why, but all of that was the heart of elk country, right? All the way down, because that was the central U.S. grasslands.
Yeah, we got. Go ahead.
Clear down into Kentucky there.
I would say we have they try to say they're like free ranging bison, but they're fenced in, but on a big swath of land, and it's all tall grass prairies, and it's about 40 minutes from my house, and. It's amazing, and
I bet it is.
And so they added those bison back to the ecosystem. The grasslands flourished.
Oh yeah, all the way down to Nashville, Tennessee was where 5 bison trails meet.
Huh?
It was called French Licks.
Okay, I've heard of French Licks.
Yeah, that was Daniel Boone days, right?
Yep.
But that was grassland clear down there. It's it's hard to imagine now, but it's all there, like that place you're talking about in Illinois, that tall grass.
Yeah. There's you know what LiDAR is, obviously, right?
I do.
And where I hunt NLI property that's down the road from my house. They always thought this like from a meteor impact, and I had my buddy Hans go out there with me, the water and soil. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
But no, it's where the ancient people mined flint and clay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. And that's in southern Illinois or northern?
Northern Illinois. That's like 3 minutes from my house. It's like a minute from my tree stand.
Gotcha.
So,
wow, that's a wild story.
And he goes, I can't prove it, but I've seen them. I've seen this in South Dakota. I've seen this in Wisconsin. And it's old. You always find a bunch of flint chips around the ridge of this. And he goes, if I took a core sample down there, besides you guys burn, like, the farmer that used to own the land used to burn a bunch of, like, that was a burning pit, because it's a divot in the ground. He burned everything there. He goes, if I took a core sample, if it was meteor, I would expect to find burnt burned ambers and everything at a certain depth, and you don't find it.
Yeah.
What you find is a bunch of clay.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where Cahokia is, but that was like a huge, like, Native American city in the day.
That's near Alton, Illinois, which is like 30 minutes from St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's 5 hours from my house.
Wow. So, yeah, it's a big place. I worked at Moundville in Alabama during college.
Okay.
And they traded with Cahokia. That was some of the same people back, I don't know, 1,200 years ago?
Yeah, I think it's all the Mississippian culture. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, and the people in Alabama were part of that. And at Moundville on the Black Warrior River, they have trade goods that go back up that come from up your way.
Yep, it's crazy. Like corn comes from Mexico.
Yep.
But we get it all the way up on the East Coast.
Yeah, right.
And they think these people are stupid.
No, they had it going on. They probably got killed off by the diseases and the Spanish brought.
That's probably it right there. They all got killed off, or they assimilated in another tribe.
Yeah.
Then I used to watch this show. It was called like Unearthing America. It was on the History Channel. I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but the guy on there, I forgot the guy's name, but he did a an episode on like the bog people and they found in Florida, because I guess in the chest, like that whole area, they find, I might get this wrong, mammoths were here in the North America, but mastodons were not. Well, they find a mastodon, a scrimshaw mastodon bone of a mastodon in like around like New York or Chesapeake Bay area. Yeah.
So they were trading.
Oh yeah, they think those Ice Age people might have came from Europe and follow the coastline of skin boats up and all the way around.
Wow.
And I don't know. There's been theories to debunk that, and there's been more theories to go with that. And if they're a type of hunters, like they're probably a lot better. They're probably better hunters than what we are today. But
they lived. It's life or death.
Yeah. So if they were following a population of animals along the ice shelf, they'd figure out how to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. That buffalo jump here is not sure how many. It's probably, I think it goes back 2,500 years.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit longer. I mean, they had atlatls like 6,000 years ago here.
Yeah.
And then the bow starts taking over about 5,000 years ago.
Have you ever found any atlatl points up there?
We don't find as much, but they're here for sure. I don't find as much. The numbers of people were lower.
Yep.
Like in Alabama, you find everything, everywhere in the cotton fields and stuff.
That's like when my grandma's brother built their house east of us.
Yeah.
They were breaking ground. I have all the points. He had to bring an archaeologist to make sure it wasn't like a burial.
Yeah. Wow.
I have a pipe head.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
2,500 like points and like flakes.
Yeah.
And a couple spear points. It's pretty cool. It's all in like glass cases. Like I have them put away in my closet because I know where to put them. But they got left to me when he passed away. But I appreciate it.
There were so many more people because it rained, right? There was more game, there was more everything.
Yeah.
Whereas out here, there were just less. There were less people.
No, are you considered up?
Just as there are now.
Are you considered up on the high plains there, or no, or up in the?
Yeah, we're on the high plains.
Okay.
We're pretty close to where the Rockies start.
Okay.
We're on the prairie.
All right, so antelope country.
Antelope country for sure.
Yeah. Let's talk about your book.
Okay.
Okay.
So the books I'm working on, one is a travel book, and I started at 5 during COVID, and I was able to go travel around and go to national forests and BLM land all over the country.
Because nobody was there.
And, well, yeah, but it's been over the course of about 4 or 5 years. So I was in Apalachicola National Forest in Florida,
Okay.
Bankhead National Forest in Alabama, Pisgah in North Carolina, Gold Butte National Monument in Nevada,
Okay.
Shoshone National Forest in Wyoming.
Okay.
It's been quite a trip. I've got some stuff I'm still working on with the Black Hills. But along with that, I just started getting interested in the history.
Okay.
And so I've got another side project just on the history of how we got all the public lands and what their history is, like why we have them in the first place, in a country where private property is like the sacred trust, right? Which I agree with.
Yeah.
And we have 640 million acres of public land. Why? And that's what that book is about.
Have you ever been to Shawnee National Forest in Illinois?
I've never been to the Shawnee. I know about it a little bit, but I've never been to it.
It's good deer hunting down there. You see a lot of out of state license plates though.
Is the pressure high?
Yeah. People say yes. Some people say no. It depends how far you go in. That's the thing.
Yeah, everything does. Yeah.
And have you ever been to Mark Twain National Forest? That's in Arkansas, Missouri.
I have. And I'm friends with Brandon Butler down there in Missouri, so he's told me a lot about that. But I've never done a big trip in there. No.
When I go down and see my dad. My dad's passed away. He lived in Maine or Arkansas, which if you blinked, you'd miss it.
Yeah.
And it was like 15 minutes on the front. That was northeastern Missouri, or northeastern Arkansas, and and we were 15 minutes away from the Missouri border and 45 minutes away from Memphis. So, but it's pretty good land down there. I got to hunt with him before he passed away one last time, but I didn't shoot nothing, obviously.
Was that turkeys or whitetails?
Whitetails.
Yeah. I mean, it's good fishing in there.
Oh yeah, but my grandparents sold their land up here to Green Giant back in the day, and now it's in General Mills, and they bought a crap ton of land down there because it's pretty much worthless land, and they went from living in a nice house up here to a house with a limestone dirt floor.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's cool, but I couldn't figure out why they did it. I don't know why. And
they were like back to the landers before that was a thing.
I think so, but they were always hermits and all that stuff. You think, but yeah, I learned. We found a couple of cannonballs on the property.
What did they do there? Just retire?
They just retired there.
Yeah.
And then my aunt bought the property next door to them, and it's like we have like 100 acres, which I can't hunt because my uncle won't let us hunt on it.
Yeah.
So
they've still got all of it, right?
Yep. Once my dad passed away, my grandma passed away, everything went to my aunt and uncle, and they owned it all, and we can't hunt. But they had their well house, like we were talking about a well earlier, was above ground. So there's so many springs there. I couldn't figure out. I go, why? I said, why is the well pump house out there?
Yeah.
And my dad goes, because it's above ground. I go, how can it be above ground? I walk in there. I said, oh, there's a cistern. It's above ground. I got you now.
So it's a spring house.
It's a spring house. That's what it is. Yeah. And
right. That's what I grew up with. That around our place too. They had a spring house, and then it stays so much cooler in there. You could put like milk and butter and stuff in there and keep it for a few days.
It was pretty cold. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was cold in the wintertime. It was cold in the summer, and but they would get copperheads in there and all that stuff. I was not.
Is that land like hilly there?
It's like it's not rice paddies because you know how Arkansas has the rice paddies.
Yeah.
It's in between the rice paddies and the Ozarks.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's like rolling hills and there's a bunch of like washes and bluffs and I mean I grew up playing there. And we always wandered on the neighbor's land, which nowadays you don't want to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, as little kids can do stuff that we adults can't.
Yeah. And
wandering, yeah.
But talk about water, there's a creek that when my little brother graduated high school and went in the Army, I went down and saw him at his graduation. Me and my wife did. And we went and caught bait in the creek to go fish. We have 2 ponds on our property with stock full of catfish.
Yeah.
And that same creek, when I went down there 2 years ago to go hunt with my dad, was bone dry.
Yeah, interesting. Wonder why.
They said lack of rain because it was supposed to be spring fed and everything like that. I said, but your pump, you saw you saw water coming out of your pump.
Yeah.
So it's not spring fed.
Right.
Well,
right.
I guess the county stopped the stream up and redirected it. Yeah.
And see, only a fisherman who caught bait there when they were a little kid would know that whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why, to bring it back to conservation, that's why it's up to us, the hunters and fishermen who grew up catching bait and taking them over to a pond and catching catfish, that we know how it works. And we can see when it's broken and needs fixing.
Yeah, it's broken. I mean, all the neighbors in my dad's county, that section of county, they didn't have CWD. They didn't have pigs because they didn't run feeders.
Uh-huh.
Well, the new guy moved in. He ran feeders 365 days a year, 24/7. You know what they got now? CWD and pigs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know. I mean, you probably had pigs where you grew up, didn't you? Or not?
No, they didn't come in until after I left.
They come until after you left?
Yep, they didn't. There was to this day, there's not any pigs right where I grew up. But if you go south to the Bankhead National Forest, they're rooting up everything.
Yeah, and you're not going to stop them.
Apparently not.
And that's what I mean. So once they're here to stay. You're not going to kill them off. Oh, we can kill. Wow. You ain't gonna kill them off.
Yeah. Do y'all have them now?
In Arkansas we do, yeah. And we got some, we got a few here in northern Illinois because a hog barn caught on fire last year.
Yep.
And they all got out, and they got I want to say 90% of them.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down this country road coming back from my mother-in-law's house. I'm looking out at this field. I go, man, that's the biggest black lab I ever seen in my life. I told her, I said, no shit.
You got them.
Yeah, I said, I called the DNR and they said, we know about them. There's about 14 in that group. I said, you better do something before that 14 multiplies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I have Jesse Griffiths down in Texas wrote the hog book.
Yeah.
It's about how to hunt them and cook them and all the stuff they do with them in Texas. I haven't actually killed one.
Neither have I, and I need to.
I want to do that, and I would like to do that with a bow too.
I shoot a stick bow.
Yeah.
A long bow, and they're made for bow hunting. I hate to say it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Whole hogs are made for bow hunting because you can get close because they got terrible eyesight, but they can hear and they can smell. So, but we are up on. No, we restart over. We're going to link these two together.
I know we probably got to go, but I was going to ask you, how did you get into stick bow hunting? I dropped my brand new Matthews bow out of the tree when I first got remarried to my wife, my second wife. I'm not Mormon or anything. I've been divorced. I had somebody ask me, I said second wife, and somebody goes, "Oh, are you Mormon?" I said, "Where the hell do you get that at?" I go, "No, I ain't Mormon." I said, "I've been divorced. This is my second time being married." And I got my wife gives a crap about that. I dropped my brand new
Matthews out of the tree and broke the cams on it. Well, since it was me, it wasn't covered under warranty. We were broke because we were just married. So she bought me a like $120 bow, a recurve, and I never looked back.
Yeah, that's cool. I shot a recurve when I was in high school, and I have a longbow now, but I've never killed anything with it.
Dude, when 15 yards on in, dude, they're money.
Yeah.
And dude, it's so you don't got to worry about using rangefinder to figure out what pin you're shooting off. It's all mental. And,
but it's fun to shoot too.
Yep, it is, and it's forgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, but I forgot what I was supposed to say. Oh,
I interviewed Clay Hayes over the last couple of years, and he's the stick bow king.
Oh, yes, he is.
And I admire that so much. I think that's a height of hunting is to build your own bow and then go kill the meat with that.
I didn't build mine. I bought it. It's a takedown longbow, but I like it. And I'm gonna go hopefully shoot a deer with later today.
What does it pull?
40 pounds.
Yeah.
40, and I had the Ranch Fairy. Do you know who he is? If I say the Ranch Fairy, Troy Fowler. He's a YouTuber guy.
No.
I've had him on my podcast twice or three times now, and he's a heavy arrow guy. He is a member of the Ashby Foundation. They did all that studies with single bevel broadheads, certain green arrows, and all that stuff. Well, me and him got talking. He goes, "Why does everybody shoot a 40-pound bow now? Back when I was doing it, was like 50 to 60 pounds that everybody shot." I go, the materials they use now that they can back these bows with, you get a lot more kinetic energy with.
Yeah.
And, man, you're more accurate. I have a 50-pound recurve, and if I had to shoot that thing all day long, or for like archery purposes, I would have crappy form. By the time I'm done, I would pick up bad habits. Now, this thing I shoot it all day long and be fine. But I shoot a 652 grain arrow out of that. And that penetrates.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Oh, it's heavy. Oh, yeah, it's heavy. And everybody goes, why would you shoot that? I said, think about, you can kill a deer with a 22 or a 30-06.
Right.
Which one would you rather shoot it with? Depending if you're legal or not. I got kicked off a couple of Facebook forums when they're arguing about which rounds killed more, which rifle rounds killed more deer at 30-30 or 30-06. And I would have said 22 long.
Yeah,
no,
I would have said 22 mag too. When I was a kid, that was the 22 mag was really famous when I was little.
And they're like, "Well, that's not legal." I said, "Well, I'm going to tell a poacher that."
Right, we're not talking about that wasn't the question. The question was how many.
And they said, "You got a point there." I go, "Yeah."
Yeah.
But shot placement's everything.
Yeah, for sure. And I was my longbow pulls at I think 62 or 66 at full draw, and it's too heavy for me to practice with.
Who makes it?
It is Big River Bows.
Big River Bows. No,
and it was a gift that somebody gave me years ago. It came to me in a weird way, but I've loved it. I've hunted. I've shot it a lot. I've never killed anything with it though.
Now, are they still around?
I don't know.
I was saying if they're contact them, see if they can take. They can always lessen the poundage. You can't add poundage to them, but they can lessen the poundage. If they're not still around, look up Shane I butcher his last name all the time. He owns Great Plains out of Kansas. Okay. And that dude does amazing work, and he refinishes bows like he didn't even make for people. And he's pretty reasonable. His craftsmanship is he used to be his family's Mennonite. He grew up in the Mennonite like the Mennonite with their work ethic and everything. And he's not a practicing Mennonite anymore, but his work ethic still carries over. Yeah. So he's a great guy.
Well, that's cool. Where are they?
Kansas.
Gotcha.
I've had him on a podcast and how he hunts mule deer in that tall grass in Kansas.
Yeah.
He bought a Halloween like deer mask.
Yeah.
He'll crawl within like 15 yards of these things.
Wow.
And I would never thought of that, but you know what? It works. Because they're looking at that.
I'll have to look up that podcast.
Yeah, I can send you a link later, but I ask everybody two questions before we wrap this up. What can you tell? This number one. This is one question for a person that's getting out in the outdoors, hunting and fishing. What can you tell them? One word of advice that you wish you knew.
All right, give me that one more time.
Okay. Hunting or fishing, if somebody's getting new into the outdoors, what's one piece of advice you would give them?
So for hunting, it's to find somebody who knows that'll take you along the first few times.
A mentor.
And get, however you can find that, somebody you trust. You need a mentor for hunting because it's so that you got the guns and you got the ammo and you've got the access and the place and how do you cut a whitetail when you knock one down and you're successful, you know?
Yeah.
For fishing, it's get some worms and a bobber and go catch brim, bluegill, whatever, you know, first, and then get on. I like Wade Fishes. Do you follow that guy?
Yep. Oh yeah, I try to get him on my podcast, but he's a hard guy to get a hold of.
He is. I tried to too. He's great though. And I would get on Wade Fishes and follow that first.
Because he tells you how to cook it and everything.
What's that?
He tells you how to cook it after you harvest it.
He does, and the recipes are great. And all of the stuff that he uses, you can get at Walmart or at your grocery store. There's nothing fancy.
No.
And he'll show you how to do it with a Zebco 202 as well.
Yep.
So that, you need a mentor for hunting, though. And you might can find that through, like, hunter safety at a high school. You could call the people and ask them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's my answer. You need a good mentor that you trust for hunting. For fishing, you need bobber and a worm and Wade Fishes on the Instagram.
And my second question, you might get kicked out of this. What's your take on Bigfoot?
So that's a complicated one. It's not that I don't believe in it. My take on Bigfoot is that Bigfoot probably exists in a dimension that we don't understand yet.
Like, I've had experience hunting turkey down my dad's place, and I will not set foot back in that section of the woods ever again.
Yep.
And I know it wasn't a bear, and I know it wasn't a man, and there's an 870 laying out there somewhere.
Really?
Because I dropped it and ran. Yep.
Wow. So you've never gone back to get it?
Nope. I can stay the hell out there.
Gotcha. So so north of me on the Blackfeet Reservation, the Blackfeet Indians.
Yep.
There's these ladies. One gal's name is Leilani Upham.
Okay.
And they have this. They call it a Sasquatch, or they have all these different names for it. But Sasquatch is one. But they've listed or collected the stories of folks that have seen those around the Blackfeet Reservation.
Yeah.
And they're not telling stories. And so too many people have told me these stories that are good, reliable people like yourself too.
There's when my grandparents first moved down to Arkansas, they had like renters on the land, and this lady named Mrs. Spray. She has to be. I don't think she's not alive now, but she was alive like 10 years ago. She had to be like 110. She's older than dirt. When I first started going down on the hunt, she would always tell me you got to watch out for the black bears and the painters and Bigfoot.
Yeah. I'm
going, I said, there's no freaking black bears here. Well, that Thanksgiving morning, I get out and on we go. Here's a mom. I saw a black bear and two cubs going through the damn garbage can.
Wow.
And I've heard, and they said black panthers, and my little brother swears to God he's seen a black panther. I've heard mountain lions cry down there. When they scream, they sound like a woman screaming.
You bet. I've heard that story all my life now. I've never seen one.
Yeah. And I heard that, and I know it was a woman screaming, and I've seen the prints of mountain lions down there, and Arkansas Game and Fish said there's not in that area, but why would they be?
always said there was none in Alabama too, and I never seen one, but there's that many whitetails. Why wouldn't they come in?
Exactly. If the food's there, they're going to be there.
Yeah.
There might not be a established breeding population, but they're going to pass through. Like,
right.
And
I do believe that.
And she swore up and down she had a family of Bigfoots take watermelons out of her property. And I go, this lady's off her rocker. And my dad never believed me. And until about a year and a half before he died, he didn't live down at the old house anymore. He had a double wide that's close to my aunt's house because he had cancer. And no one was down there. And there's a big levee that goes up across a levee from the pond that goes from the driveway up into a big stand of cedar trees that goes like 25 acres back to a highway. Then it crosses into the Mark Twain National Forest.
Okay.
So there's a lot of land there, and he goes, and on the dock of the pond, we had like a fish basket, a fish box that had you had like thumb clasps get down in there, like a raccoon can't do it, and still gets pawed down and get it, and no one's down there. Well, my dad thought somebody took his catfish out of there, and called everybody and all my cousins on. Said no, they didn't take his catfish. Well, someone took like 3 12-pound blue cats out of that basket and clipped everything back, and the clips were like off.
Wow.
So my dad goes, it might have been he always joked with it being a Bigfoot. Well, he was driving the gator up, and he saw someone cross from the pond at the levee, take one step and go up in those cedar trees. He goes, Justin, I freaking believe you now.
Yeah.
What I've seen, I can't explain. I know it wasn't a bear, and I know nobody. He goes, nobody goes on other people's property down there.
Yeah.
And he goes, because they shoot first and call the corner.
Yeah.
So, like the highest paid government position in that county was a game warden. Because nobody wanted to do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, so what's your take on it? They definitely exist.
Oh, they definitely exist. I think it's a North American great ape, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I
looked this book up. It's called "In the Valleys of the Noble Beyond."
Okay.
In search of the Sasquatch.
Who writes it?
And his name is John Zada, Z-A-D-A. And my sister gave me that book, and I was fascinated by it. I read the whole thing and was it's mostly happens in the west coast of Canada.
Yep. And there's a big population. Like, I get it. People smoke pot, do mushrooms, they see shit. I get it.
Yeah.
But out of all these clusters of sightings, like on Mount St. Helens and stuff like this, everybody can't be stoned up there.
No, that's for sure.
And
yeah,
and people even my stepdad even makes fun of me. He goes, "Still think you saw a Bigfoot?" Then my brother lives in Pennsylvania, right outside of Philly, and there's big woods there and public lands.
Yeah.
And he got me listening to that missing 411 shit.
Yeah.
And one of the places where he goes, "You should come and hunt." And I'm watching this. I go, "I ain't going to hunt there with you." That's the same place I just watched like 2 weeks ago on YouTube. You're nuts.
But I had somebody tell me a good Bigfoot story from Upshur County, Texas. That guy was he was a very sober person.
Yep.
Like he wasn't a pot smoker or a drinker.
You might are you familiar with I'm trying to think of PBS Professional Bow Hunter Society or anything like that?
Not really, no.
Not really?
We have the Montana Trad Bow folks. That's the only ones I know up here.
We have I did a guess. His name he also has a YouTube video film production called Bent Bow Productions. His name's Ron Crouch, and he's a pastor. And I asked him what he believed in it. He goes, "Well, I'm going to tell you the exact same thing that you just said." He goes, "There's a guy I go to church with, and his mom does not lie. She's not making this up, and she said they do exist, and they said they've seen them, and he's in Missouri. He's right on like Lake of the Ozarks area. And there's lots of public land there, and it's rough country. And you figure if a deer don't want to be seen, they can bed down from you in grass 10 yards. Yep. You won't ever see them.
Yep.
So you take someone intelligent as an ape. Hell, we didn't know silverback gorillas were alive until, was it like 1930s or 40s?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a hard time. I mean, I've never experienced it, but I'm careful about saying that I know stuff that I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so, and like I said, the stories that I've heard from people were the people were not BSers.
No. And look at the the First Nations, Native Americans. I don't know what to call them these days, but they have tons of words for Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And the description doesn't vary from tribe to tribe or area to area. It's all the same.
That's right. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, that Blackfeet bunch of folks north of me, they have a whole collection of stories.
Oh, I wonder if I could find that on YouTube or anything like that and listen to it.
So if you look at YouTube, it's they call themselves the Sasquatch Aunties.
Okay.
And you can find it right on there.
Okay.
And they have funny stories too, but they're serious. They're not just it's not bull BS.
All right, that works. I'm gonna have to get you to come back on as a guest here, and my alarm's going off.
I've enjoyed this, man.
I enjoy it all the time.
I like what you're doing.
And we can get back to we can talk about public lands again. If it gets better, it gets worse. Maybe I can get you back on in the springtime, and maybe I'll make it out for backcountry and backcountry hunters and anglers jamboree.
Yeah, man.
One of these days.
For sure.
All righty.
All right, man.
I appreciate this, Hale.
Yeah.
And we can go from there.
All right, take care, Justin.
All right, thank you.
Man.
I will. See you. Bye. Remember to check out Compton Traditional Bow Hunters. They're family friendly and they've been around for a long, long time. Have a great day. Enjoy what you love. Life is too short. Peace.